Good evening, crewmates. Captain Andy here. Here for some Final Fantasy XIV goodness to help Claylan get through A Realm Reborn, Final Fantasy XIV's main story, and other expansions afterwards, but I actually have to get through the main story. My name is Andy. Hope everyone's having a great evening so far, a great day. Today we're going to be finishing off the 2.3, the Defenders of Eorzea. Last couple of streams we did more story as well as one dungeon from each respective, each A Realm Reborn had 3 dungeons with each major update. And we did 2 of them previously. We've done Town Terror Hard as well as Stone Vigil Hard. All that's left now is Hullbreaker Isle, as well as to continue on with the quest. And this should be the ending of 2.3. And as we finish up with the new trial, Ramuh. As you can see, I got my light fixed this time. Ta-da! Yeah, that was probably a lot more exciting than I thought it would be. Anyways, so we're going to start this off after the last couple of streams. We're going to get the dungeon going right off the bat, and figured what better way to do that, and as we normally have done it each time, is to go through a Wheel of Jobs. That's right, Wheel of Jobs. Alright, let's get this going. Shuffle this up. Hopefully I don't get a scholar or... Alright, 3, 2, go. Hey, I ain't complaining. Paladin. I'm already there too. Even better. Alright. I said yesterday when there was warrior should not be too long as a tank. I hope that wasn't too long. Would have liked to be quicker, but yeah, that's life. Alright, so let's go straight into Hullbreaker Isle. Main mechanic for this I found was the first half where actually, there's a couple of mechanics. The first part, there's actually trapped in the beginning part where there's a bear claw trap, where if you step on it, you're going to be stuck there for a while. Similar to what a real bear trap would do, but without the breaking of your leg or damaging of your leg, as well as this one's easier to get out of. As well as the boss here actually has an interesting little mechanic to it. I'm not sure if we'll have a good party to help us with. Either way, we're going to get it done. Let's jump in and wait. Fantastic. Well, while we're waiting, can we get more of the story done? Yeah, let's get more of the story done while we're waiting. Now, as we left off, we just found out there was some trouble ongoing with well, first we went on to Ul'dah, dealt with issue of a riot that was occurring there, and as we're looking into that with Alphanode helping out a young girl who lost her parents, trying to find them. We got summoned back to have Team Crumpets with Minfilia, who said that we have to go to Gridania. That there's an issue with the Sylphs and summoning their Primal. I'm assuming it's a Primal. We all know it might be a Primal. And wow, Mordona's taking a while to load. Alright, let's get going. That's an actual horse? Wow. I got my Cobra chicken horse. Is that fade up actually here? No. Only missing one fade here. I'd love to get. It's the only fade I'm missing for Realm Reborn for Claylan. Savada. Ooh, it's raining. It's pouring. And we go this way. When I first started playing this game, I went to this area. I started when I came here. I was going exploring like I'm ready to come here. Uh-oh. 35. Yeah, I'm gonna stand back. I guess that was a natural thing. And I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna assume if you started in Gridania, you learn very well not to go to that area very quickly, or you learn how to avoid monsters very well. Here's the sentry, Wood Whaler Sentry. He gets a lot of work in, and he needs a raise. Destroying all these ladybugs and squirrels. Am I getting to a party yet? What? Hellbreaker Isle. Wow, almost 4 minutes in. It's almost like being in as a DPS. Alright, well, I'll talk to the NPC here, get the story moving forward. Versailles Ulwa. Cleland of the Scions. A revel has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal has ever cause for alarm and unease. Although my men's been ready for any eventuality, I know none more qualified than you to snuff out the threat. Indeed, I would love for you to do so without delay. The Elder Seer, however, will speak with you first. She is of the opinion that the diplomatic, rather than the martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nafika's halter. The conjurer and attendant will admit you to the Lotus Stand. Ha ha. Hey, for those that are joining, thank you for joining. Hope you have a fantastic day so far. Great weekend. The cardsman here. The other scions have already arrived, madame. May I show you in? But of course. Papalimo, Tancred, Yistola, Ida. We'll start with Yistola. I'm most curious to hear how the Elder Seer means to treat with Lord Ramu. I see the cells have sent their own representative. There can be no doubt then. It is said that once Ramu passes judgment, his wrath is implacable. It would be best to conclude this discussion ere Gridania and his people are placed upon his scales. Whatever Elder Seer is planning, I want you to know that I'll be right there by your side. And I'm sure your Stola won't be far behind, even if she does think everything is mankind's fault. Oh, hello, Walking One. It is good to see a friend of Elder One.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramu is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramu is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Of course. So unfortunately I have to go through that part again. Double the story. Such is the risk when you do go through a story like that. Beautiful island. Coconut trees. Alright, when you go through here around here, if you're tanking, I like to avoid the traps. Usually. Aw, I keep pinning them all together, all the monkeys. Oh well. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, so that's the main thing for the first part. There's bear traps. Just avoid them. It's easy just to go around them. Or just jump right into them if you want to have more challenging fun. Now, mechanically, this guy is, it's a tank and spank. At one point, he'll go ballistic, and you just gotta use one of the banana trees to bring him down. And I forgot I don't have my extra move. Like this. This is how he does. Touch the banana trees, you go after the banana, and enjoy his meal. You want to use up all the bananas just when he does that main thing, because he gets a damage every time he gets a boost when he eats a banana. Then he just stop the AoE. And he shoots a coup at you. He's dead. Second part is you gotta collect some items and open up doors, like keys, essentially. Pretty simple dungeon here. Hope everyone's having a good time so far. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope we're not boring people too much. I know we dropped the stone tablet earlier. I'm just a bad tank today. Yeah, it looks like someone did not get that yet, sadly. It is what it is. They're just now getting the door? What? Quick mechanic with this guy. He does this AoE move where you just gotta get into one of the bubbles to avoid it. Similar to Diabolos, actually. Yeah, those bubbles there, but you don't use it yet. Not yet. Not yet. Everybody. There we go. There's those bubbles. Alright, so I'm using AoE soon. Then you gotta get into one of the bubbles. Not yet. There it is. That's right, you go in one of the bubbles. I mean, you can go at any time, but essentially you're trapped there for several seconds, and it's one thing to avoid an AoE, like move like that. Another thing, just to stand there, look like a tree, waiting for a dog to become his best friend. Helm of the Divine War. Well, back in this first release, when you used to jump down here, you used to get dropped to 1 HP. Now you just break your legs for fun. Now, final boss here is the first time you're supposed to meet the Kraken. Go this way. When I'm coming here, this coffer usually has a minion you can get. Yep, there it is. Naughty Nanka. I'm just noticing I'm dying here. This is painful. Here is Kraken. No, you don't actually fight Kraken here. You fight his tentacles and his legs. There are a total of 8 legs, 2 tentacles. 2 tentacles per, and there are 4 islands, so 2 legs per isle. And the tentacles will follow you, actually. Alright, let's go out to you first. This one has weird mechanics to it. There's the first leg, there's the second leg. Okay guys, I got this. I could use the divide and conquer method. Do that works. Look, there's another leg or arm. Sorry, arm. Now it comes to tentacles. The thing with the tentacles, you gotta stay on the one island, or else. If you keep jumping to where he is, his focus is on the tank, where is most aggro. So when you fight the tentacles, just stay on one island, or just follow where the tank goes. Look here, this is gonna go, and no one's gonna show up. He's gonna come here. Or, never mind. And there he shows up. He eventually goes where the tank is. Or where is it, girl? What stats is this? Ooh, ink. Talk to me. GG's. He doesn't die, he just... You wounded him. So he just says... Fuck y'all. I ain't going home. Yay! You get this. As for this, pass on the Nanka. Pass on this. Two comms! Huzzah! Good thing I was messing up. Alright, we can continue on. Sorry for having to redo this again, folks.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest.
Oh no.
Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
So now I go to Little Solus. Before I go, let's play a card with nose. Because the nose knows. Yeah, I don't have two cards from him. Who was recommended? Same. Ah, dissension. Ooh, dissension. Take that back. I can use this to my advantage. Odine. Odine. -2. It's actually a 4. Technically that works. Alright. Courts have the exact card to make it a plus. What if I do 2? 8, 9. Of course I don't. Alright, if I put that there... I'm gonna lose. Oh, I didn't. I'll get those cards later from him. Triple team. What's this mean? Huh? Shuffle and boogie? What? Alright, sure. Squall Lionheart. Yuck. Yeet. I gotta put these away soon. What kind of face cards do I have so far? Only 5. Clive, Noctis, Squall, Terror, and the Onion Knight. Sweet Bloom Peter. Okay. Oh, little solstice for the. Why am I thinking this place? Hawthorne Hut. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Da, 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 da. Gerald Goodbarrel is gone. Da, 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 da. Hello. Cleveland of the Scions. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramu himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation on the area as we speak. That we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Living an impression. Look at that. That spoiler to a magnificent beard. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finished their investigations. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This in return to return with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the Touched One summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to her fellow Scions? It will be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please come at this one. Accept. Alright. So we have to go inside all the way in. Nope. Hello. Hello, Maxio. Right, Maxio. Wise ones have ventured deep, deep within Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Right, we'll get right on that. You are north, alright. Purple. Alright, here we go. Hey, it's Maxio again. Hi, buddy. Where are we going this time? Oh shoot, I missed what you said. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Lucky one will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. To the south. Go in safety, walking one. Hey, look, it's these guys. So, Thancred is Thancred, Papalimo is Papalimo, your Stola is your Stola, and you are you, right? Well, that's easy enough to remember. This one's name is Ida. In case walking one was wondering, joke, I'm joking. Ah, there you are. It is you, isn't it? I don't know. What does this one think? Don't ask. Suffice to say, we had something of a situation here. So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magic. It's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on your Stola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and am pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu is called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Etherite. Come, Cleland, the Lord of Levin awaits. There's Ithrit. One sec, folks.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Dang. Look at that magnificent beard.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Oops, sorry.
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
I know that voice.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
Oh?
Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
I think just given his history, I guess his pedigree and how he approaches things, and I guess him seeing Ramu is akin to seeing someone he might have revered, just from what he's learned about Ramu, how he composed himself even at this point. More like respect would probably be a good word to use.
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
The striking tree, now accessible. Much like in previous cases, we're going to determine what type of job we're going to do this as. I know a better place to do that than with our job of wheels. Wheel of jobs. Let's quickly go back, switch over to there. Shuffle this up again. And spin. I can do monk. Let's do monk. Back here. Monk sounds like fun. Striking tree. 10-minute wait. Alright, let's go do something else while we wait. Let's go put these in the treasure house while waiting. Treasure house. Huh. Oh. Getting DPS is easy. It's getting the other parties that are a challenge at times. Let's go put these away. Pretty soon I'll be able to start going for the actual, well, finish going for the relics I started many moons ago. You go in here. You go in here. You go in here. That's actually faster than my paladin got a chance to get into something. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Commence. Oh, wow. That's actually fast. I'm liking that. The striking tree. Hard. What a magnificent scene. I'm the only melee here. Interesting. I don't want to go after the edge. Look at this there. I guess the palm goes to you, oregano. 3 columns. What? Go, monk? Yeah.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and weakness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
I swear for him it's just a matter of respect for Ramu. Which is understandable.
In witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Alright, no, we're just gonna take the shortcut, which is flying there! Yeah! Walked around enough, we're just gonna fly there. Clayton, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms? It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Celeste will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as a forced champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Clayton. The elder Seer must be informed of your deeds at once. The elder Seer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nofrika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well. I'm cheap. We're just gonna take the free boat there. I'm cheap. What was here? This looks like part of an underground tunnel system that I played with in 1.0. Covered in, but... Huh. Here we go. What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. No, you're paying attention when I'm walking. Alright, let's go. Continue this on. Welcome back, honored scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The elder seed seer awaits you within. It would seem that Edith's appraisal of the situation has some merit after all. Mayhap I should not be so swift to discount your intuition. I fancy my presence was more helpful than hindrance during our battles with Leviathan. But this time around, well, even I have my off days. Ah, the hero of the hour. Let's not keep the elder seed seer waiting. You should have seen Maxie when we got back to Little Solace. Grateful is an understatement. I thought I was going to shake Papalimo's hand off.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
What an arm wrestling match against
Ramuh
with
made
that?
trial of you?
Yes, a trial. An arm wrestling match between our arms and his beard. The beard failed.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
I can't think of something funny to say to that part. I'm just too tired to think of something improperly appropriate for that. To have seen that Edith's. You all saying the same thing. Alright. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Cleland? I'd hoped Lord Ramu could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the primal sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Cleland? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? We are teleporting! Ooh, start yawning, folks. Hey, they moved spots. But talk to you, Hozan. Start with you. The children are quick to take Eorzean ways, but I cannot claim the same flexibility. Duty calls? Well, no matter the task, I have faith you will see it through to the end. Take care, Cleland. I look forward to hearing about all your adventures when you return. Hey, Miss Cleland, what's a Ramu? Is it cute and fluffy like a horse bird? The beard might be. I tried substituting native ingredients several times, but result was but a pale imitation of authentic Doman cuisine. Hoary Boulder. Worried about leaving us alone? Don't be. While the Archon's in away, Hoary Boulder will keep the little ones safe. Deware. Speak with Master Colton has opened my eyes to a great many things. I had no idea the world outside Doma was so strange and wonderful. Mayhap one day we shall accompany you into the field, but for now, we must see to less glamorous duties. Miss Cleland, is it true you're going to go adventuring again? I'm so jealous. I think that's all people here. Indeed. Yeah, let's go continue on. Welcome back, Cleland. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramu precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discovery must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Leven, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss its observations together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected. that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin has returned to the ether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Craig, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at a great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times has the masses survived the rejoining, but the souls have grown weak and want. And wait, yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eurasia's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. I'll continue this until we're done with the 2.3, which should be soon. Now the matter of Ramu has, for the present, been put to rest, there was something I would show you, Claylan. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leader of the Origin Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all of the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mugamog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there's only one among our number that to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Claylan, and yours is that much safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians must be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as you are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but thanks to the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the beastmen who wish naught but conflict, who now call you friend. And who now call you friend. Interesting. Yeah, I guess some beastmen do call us friend because I did all the side beastman quests, so I guess that's kind of cool in a way. Not sure if that's new dialogue because I did that already. Of Alice, who strives to unearth the terrible secrets of the Calamity. Interesting. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alag that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Wow. All that other stuff I did on the side, I guess, comes out here. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alpha Node, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention. There is yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. Ah, I have a message for you from Elle. You recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on to you her thanks to you. Why, Alpha Node, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I looked forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you leave nothing out. Cleland, you've been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to discuss with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Okay. After we pardoned Ul'dah, I paid a visit to the refugees. Though a fundamental solution remains far off, I believe that at the very least, there should be no armed uprisings in the near future. I am given to understand that you resolved the matter of Ramu. I will ask Winchfield for a full report when next we speak. You have done well. I realize that you must be quite tired from your travails, but I would most appreciate it if you could find a moment to speak to young Yozan. He has been through so much in his own right, I am sure. He shifted again. Okay. The storm has passed, and a moment's quietude is ours. Tatar is using her newfound time to further her studies, and I would follow her example. If living in Eorzea has taught us anything at all, it is that such restful moments are fleeting. Dark clouds ever stir anew on the horizon. While the Doan younglings dashing around hither and yon, there's hardly a moment of peace to be had. That said, traveling with Ida, it's not as if I knew much peace to begin with. Wow. Talk to the kids after. I told Philemon all about our adventures in the Sylphlands. Fake Thancred and all. You won't tell him the real Thancred, will you? I do not know where we would be without Higiri. The girl has worked tirelessly for us every day since her arrival. Do you suppose all Doman women are so diligent? Despite all the hardships we had faced, the younglings pursued their training with great zeal. We older ones would do well to follow their example. Ah, Cleland. Care to watch the lesson before you journey on your way? I dare say your presence will go to inspire the younglings. Repetition routine begets skill. Skill begets confidence. I would do what I can to see the Domans regain their strength of will. Never is woman more lovely than when she's hard at work, I say. A wild rose, strong and beautiful, blooming tall in the face of the frozen winds. 137, 138, 130. Oh, hello there. I've been charged with keeping inventory. If anyone tells me it's vitally important. Oh dear, I seem to have lost count. Sorry. Hello. Many of my countrymen found work as frontier hands, helping to transport supplies and continue the expansion of Revenant's Toll. I have been tasked with keeping the equipment here in good repair. It is not particularly glamorous work, but I would help in any way I can. In whatever way I can. No, the young ones? Koharu first. Are you taking a rest too? Promise you play with us again. That game of hide and seek in Vesper Bay was the most fun I've had in forever. Roka. If I were as big as a mountain and strong as a bear like Mr. Boulder is, maybe I would like fighting more. Shun. Yozen's always been the strongest of us, but even he's no match for Koharu when she's mad. Look, it's Miss Cleland. She's back from her adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Cleland? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder, Mr. Coultonet, did you know that Miss Cleland is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Cleland. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coultonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we're just asking Miss Cleland if she could give us some special training. I think you're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordor are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter-proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Cleland? A demonstration of skills at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know better, and I do, I'd say you're merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Well, maybe I am. What matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Cleland? Would you consent to spar with me? That smile. Yeah. Hooray! We're gonna have a tournament! Come on, everyone! We must prepare our gear for an outing! Tournament? Do not try to disappoint them, Face Coultonet. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields that east of the town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Alright. Hang on, folks. Is sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. We had to master our lessons back at Doma, and the way he taught us was very different than Mr. Boulder. I'm not sure which way is better, but I think I like them both. Miss Cleland is here. Let the battle begin. As we left the Rising Stones, Mr. Thancred asked us where we were going. I told him we're off to watch you and Mr. Boulder fight, and he looked very surprised. I hope we didn't make him cross. Since becoming a scion, I have had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. I must confess, then, that my excitement rivals that of the children's at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. Ho ho ho. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Claylan. I trust you are ready to begin. Aw, level synced. Alright. I don't have any healing at this level, so this should be interesting. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Alright. Are you certain you wish to fight her alone? This is Claylan you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Science to begin with. Without Claylan to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear that the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Hello? Have you you haven't begun yet, have you? Lovely. Ida, who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Claylan's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems to be a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Mr. Boulder. Oh, we shall soon see. On your guard. When you smile when you spar, it's a good sign. Really? Not over. It can't be. Hello. On your feet, Hori. Hey, buddy. Oh no, he looks hurt. Rawr. And you're done. Goodbye. Sorry, kiddos. You have bested me. I yield. That was incredible! She beat them both at the same time! You knew you couldn't lose, Claylan. None can defeat the guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they sent you to deal with the primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Impressive as always, Claylan. To 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartneau. At the time, I was just attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I thought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expanded towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if they had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. Claylin's eyes, grow the fuck up, kid. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what... Sorry. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsires sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oft-infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better future. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be resolved by the signs of the seventh dawn alone. No. What is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat, and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians, is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Alright, let's go up here. Alright, it's my understanding this part will actually take a little bit longer than I would have thought. So... Get up there. Right. Hang on. The water. Ardoan farming methods have been adopted here on the frontier. It is too early yet to know if they were proved to be effective. I can't wait for Alphanote to start his new company. I love making new friends. I wish Ida was not so eager to look to the future when we have so many problems in the here and now. I fear Ida's boundless optimism is beginning to affect my better judgment. And your tendency to triumph against the most terrible of foes is certainly not helping matters. Your bout with Hoary Boulder was more stirring than 100 lines of my most passionate poetry. Mayhap I should arrange a sparring match of my own. This place has become a hive, as its bees flit about in constant motion. Perhaps a soothing pot of tea will coax one or two to alight and take a moment's rest. It's not enough that I'm here for my daughter. I must do what I can to help you also succeed in your monumental tasks. My people's spirits were thoroughly crushed by the loss of our homeland, but thanks to your courage and generosity, I see their inner flames once more flicker back to life. I too have felt my strength of will make a gradual return. I thought the idea of foolish at first, but it seems that sparring match well served its purpose. Why, I can hardly wait to return to my studies and seek to improve upon my technique. I like the way Mr. Coltonet fought. No swords or fists. I wonder if I studied hard, would I be able to cast spells like that too? Mr. Boulder's sore and beaten, but he said he returned straight to his training. I don't think he likes to lose. Mr. Boulder fought well, but he was no match for you, Miss Cleland. Just you wait. One day I'll be good enough to knock you from the top of your mountain. We need to decide who in our adventurers guild will do what. I'm fairly sure Yozan will have to be the sword fighter. He always has to be in the thick of the action. Cleland, I must thank you again for agreeing to our bout. And I must thank the gods was not a duel to the death. I will, however, cherish the lesson of each scrape and bruise as I work to better my swordplay. Oh, Tataru. No, this won't do at all. I'll have to... Oh, hello, Cleland. If you don't mind, I'm terribly busy at the moment. I'll finish this conversation with, what's his name? Alphanode. And then I'm going to call it for the evening. Yeah. With the primal threat presently subdued, now is the perfect time to focus on new endeavors. Alphanode has been laying the groundwork for this organization of his, and he looks to you to help turn his proposal into reality. Pray lend him what aid you can. Thank you for coming, Cleland. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. Excuse me. What I propose is the formation of a new organization. A group that shall pave its way toward truly united Eorzea. No. This, I guess. Alright. I understand there's still some quest line involved with some more groundwork to be done. So, what I'll do at this point here, I'm going to call it a night. It's getting late. Early work tends to usually come early, and well, I'm getting tired. If I play any longer, I'm going to fall asleep here, or yeah. What I will do though is thank everyone for joining in. If you like, I truly appreciate your when you come here. I know my schedule is not consistent at times. Probably won't be consistent for some time. I don't. But I'll try and be on as much as I can when I'm able to. We're getting one step closer to help Clayton get through the story. Hopefully we'll get a Realm Reborn finished before Dawn Trail is released. That would be nice. And when Dawn Trail is released, I'm probably going to be playing Andine a little bit. Or maybe I'll schedule time for Andine, time for Clayton. Nah, screw it. I'll play the first part of it with Andine. Then I'll jump back onto Clayland to help her go through her storyline. That being said, for those that joined, I do appreciate it and I do thank you again. If you like what you've seen, if you have not done so, click on like, click on follow, be notified of future events. And let's see if we can raid someone today. Let's see. Let's raid someone that's doing a DJ thing. DJ Lunar Cry. If we're allowed to raid. Alright folks, once again, thank you for joining. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Probably won't be streaming this weekend, so whichever, have a great weekend. I shall return next Wednesday. And you all take care now.
Just relax and chill. Just relax and chill. Motherfucker, just relax and chill.